Who is it that knows there is no ego? And you must realize, you see, that this is a problem created linguistically. So, when you ask how many things is a person, an individual organism, well, it depends on what point of view you're going to take in describing it. In the normal way, we describe one body as a body, and that is a thing. Physiology describes it as many organs. Physics describes it as many molecules or atoms or electrons, mesons, protons, what have you. And sociology will look upon you as only a part thing, because the sociologist likes to have his unit, a group, a society. It's the way you look at it and the way you describe it, so that the way of describing always varies according to the use you want to make. So that the world is not unlike a Rorschach blot. And in psychological testing, we get people to describe Rorschach blots and say what they see in them. Now, you can perfectly well imagine that we in this room could have an enormous Rorschach blot on the wall. And we would all discuss it and arrive at a consensus about what it was. And we would manage, in other words, to coagulate our different points of view. And if there were a very dominant person present, he or she would tend to force the particular view upon everybody else and say, no, obviously it isn't what you say it is. Look, it's perfectly clear that it's that. So we are living in a Rorschach blot. Things are not necessarily what they seem. And so we can get in the mood to be open-minded. Now, that doesn't mean that you're merely lax in your opinions. True open-mindedness, to be completely surprised by reality, and to observe that it is not at all what you thought it was, or what you were brought up to believe. And not to be afraid when you suddenly discover the obvious, which is that the real you is not the ego, but the eternal center of the universe.